Hello, today I'm going to review maybe the best prime for beginners that use Nikon Z cameras, the 7Artisans 50mm f1.8 AF. More and more budget lenses are released, and that is a good thing for people that just started photography or are thinking of doing so. And this lens could be a good addition to those lenses, as you will see later in the video. My name is Andrei Dima, I'm a professional travel photographer and I love reviewing lenses, so for more lens reviews, subscribe. I use this lens in the beautiful city of Oviedo, which is located in the north of Spain, and it is the capital city of the region, Asturias. But first, let's talk about build quality. The lens is made from metal, glass and plastic. It has a metal mount but no rubber gasket. This lens is not weather sealed. On the mount you can find an USB Type-C port for future firmware updates. This lens is going to make some users happy because it has an aperture ring, sadly without clicks, but hey, it has one. The ring is made from metal and it turns smoothly, also it is well tamped. The focus ring is also made from metal, turns smoothly and it is a joy to use. Near the aperture ring there is an AF switch that is a bit too easy to turn in my opinion. But hey, this is still a budget lens. The lens has a nice black smooth finish with engraved markings and a very simple design that fits the Nikon ZF pretty well. I like that they didn't put visible branding on the top of the lens. The branding can be found on the bottom part and on the plastic hood. That is quite nice for a budget lens. The filter thread is 62mm and the minimum focus distance is 50 cm, but more on this later. And the lens weighs 423 grams. The autofocus of the lens is fast enough and reliable. Surprisingly, I missed just one photo while testing this lens, but keep in mind I used it with the Nikon ZF. On older models you may get different results. In video mode, again, the lens performs very good, as you can see in this clip here. And the other good news is that this lens has just a bit of focus breathing, noticeable but not a big deal. The image quality of this lens is surprisingly good, starting from f1.8. Good contrast and decent sharpness, but for a budget lens, a very good performance. And the great news is that the corners look good as well, but they are dark because of vignetting. Stopping the lens down to f2.8 and the image quality is quite impressive from corner to corner. The vignetting is still visible, but the contrast and details, as I said, are impressive. Stopping the lens down further will just make the corners brighter and with better contrast. Chromatic aberrations. If you shoot wide open you will see some chromatic aberrations, but for a budget lens they are decently controlled. Stop down to f4 and they go away. Flares are well controlled for a budget lens, but I would recommend keeping the lens hood on if you shoot in bright conditions. The minimum focus distance is decent for a lens like this, 50 cm. At f1.8 the image quality is decent and gets great at f2.8. Overall, a good option for beginners or people on a budget. Very good build quality except for the switch, the autofocus is good and reliable in both photo and video, and the image quality is surprisingly good for a lens that costs around $200. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. In my opinion, 7Artisans did a great job with their first autofocus lens. I know there are a lot of 50mm lenses out there, but this one seems to be the best budget one so far. So, if you're looking for a 50mm f1.8 lens, I highly recommend this one. It is not perfect, but for the price, it is very good. If this video was helpful, please subscribe, like and use the links in the description at no extra cost to you. See you next time.